you guys doing? It's Rival TCG back with another video. Today, I'm going to be doing a deck profile here on OP09 Monkey D Luffy. Got this little sound loader. Sounds pretty cool. This is what it says for Luffy here. Look. So pretty cool little sound loader there. But back to the deck profile. Honestly, I really think this deck's probably one of the top decks in the meta. I'm not going to put it like the best deck, but it's definitely up there. I'd say maybe in the top 5. That would be like a conservative placing or ranking, I should say, for this deck. Deck's super strong. I think the list that I'm going to show you guys now is really solid. Obviously, there's going to be different ratios that some other decks might play, and that's just going to always be what it is. Deck profiles really are, you look at the deck, if you like some of the stuff, you play some of those cards, and then if their ratios are off or not to your liking, then you can always change it to what your liking is. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. I think every deck list is gonna be playing 4 Law. Laws, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Straw Hat or Heart Pirate type character with a cost of 2 more and add it to your hand, and place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. It's gonna be mandatory that you play this. I don't see why anybody wouldn't play it. Card's super strong, pretty much searches the whole deck out. Next, I'm going to be playing 4 Zoro Juro. Of course, we still playing this card. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 purple Straw Hat type character card and add it to your hand, and place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So, searchable off the Law. And again, this card pretty much just searches out your whole entire deck. So having 2 searchers really strong. What's nice with the Zoro is obviously it's a body. Really pretty decently strong body too. So some people are playing this, some people aren't because of the Blackbeard leader. I'm still playing it. Mr. 2, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. Now when attacking, select up to 1 of your opponent's characters. This character's base power becomes the same as the selected character's power during this turn. What's nice about this card is when you're playing against Shanks, they have that Lucky Roost where it's blockable and it kills a card with the base power. Well, this card mimics, and it says it's the base power, becomes the base power of whatever card that you're mimicking. So this wouldn't die if you're over that threshold, that 5,000 or yeah, the 5,000 for the Lucky Roost. So this card's actually pretty good into Shanks. Pretty solid card there. Obviously, he can still KO with like the Ben Beckman and stuff like that, but overall, it's a pretty solid card still, in my opinion. I'm on to Blocker Law. This is the Blocker Law, Dawn -1. If the number of your opponent's cards in their hands is 7 or more, trash 2 cards from your opponent's hand. I still think this card is really strong. I don't see why you wouldn't play it. You can search it off the Law searcher, and it can still potentially, pitch cards that they're going to need early on. So I think it's pretty strong. Next, the other 2 blocker, I'm on Onami. If you have 8 or more down cards in your field, trash 1 card and draw 2 cards from your hand. It's a blocker, searchable, and pretty good on play effect. So I think you still play her easily, at least at 2. Some people probably playing it more. Next, I'm playing 2 Captain Kids. I see people playing 4 of this card, and I don't think that it's wrong. The card's just really good. There's plays where if you play the 9-drop Luffy, you can pretty much play it for 7 if this card's on the board. So I think it's a really strong card. Once per turn, during your turn, when a Dawn card is returned to your Dawn deck, add up to 1 Dawn card from your deck and set it as active. So these stacks, so you can, if you have 2 or more of them on the board, then you're going to gain all those Dawns back. So pretty strong, in my opinion. Next, what I'm going to show is all the 2K counters. So currently I'm playing, I believe, 12. So we got 4 Usahachi. If you have 8 or more Dawn cards in your field, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with the cost of 5 or more, or 5 or less. Really, I'm mainly playing it for the 2K counter, but it is a playable ability. Most likely, you're probably just going to still use this as a 2K counter. I'm playing 4 for Nosuke's. If you have 8 or more Dawn cards, this card gains Rush with 1 Dawn, so swinging for 5 Rush. Um, I've actually won cards with this game. I've won games with this card before, so I think it's a solid. But most likely, like I said, it's just a 2K. And then we got 3 Sanji blockers. If the number of Dawn cards in your field is at least, or yeah, at least 2 or less than the number of your opponents, this card is -3. So it's a 3 cost blocker, 2K counter. So those are my 12 2Ks that I decided to choose. You can always run, different types completely. I just think that these are pretty solid, and like I said, most of the time I'm not gonna even really play these cards. So we're playing the new Sanji. You may return 1 or more Dawn cards from your Dawn deck to from your field to your Dawn deck. This card gains Rush, then rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. Really, really solid. Um, if I could play more, I might, but I think it's fine because obviously the MVP of the deck, Luffy Toro, that's going to be the card that's more important. Dawn -1, play it to 1 purple Straw Hat character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. So, very, very strong card. It's literally the deck. Um, Theoretically, I guess the best card that you would want to be playing this off of is really Sun Goro. If you have 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, draw a card. So when attacking, really strong. Makes it so like your opponent wants to get rid of this body as soon as possible, so they're going to spend their turn trying to kill that card. Um, so yeah, like I said, these 2 cards right here is pretty much the bread and butter of the deck. Really, really strong combo. If you can pull this off consistently, especially if you go first, you can pull that off consistently, you're going to be doing pretty good. Next, I'm on 4 Charlotte Linlin. Dawn -1, you may trash 1 card from your hand, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life card, then add 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less to the top or bottom of their life face up. Really, this is just to get you back your life. It does suck that you have to give your opponent a life, but this deck with the leader ability, you're going to be taking life from yourself. So I think that it's probably better to have this. But I also seen where people are playing 3 Linlin and, well, 3 of this card. I'm only playing 2 in this build. But you may turn 1 or more Dawn cards from your field to your Dawn deck. Draw 1 card and this character gains Rush. Card's insanely good. I can see why people would play it at 3. I'm just playing it at 2 and I'm testing it out. If I were to do it, like I said, I would just take one of these out and put 1 in there. Really simple. But this Luffy card is just really good. Reason being is because of you may return 1 or more Dawn cards. So there's a play towards the end, like towards the later stages of the game, obviously when you have Dawn, is that if you have the Captain Kid on the board, these 2 combo out really well. So you have this just sitting on the board, and then you play the Luffy, and you're at 10 Dawn, you -9 obviously, or you're gonna tap 9 to play the Luffy. Then you return 2 Dons back to the Don deck. You'll get 1 from the Captain Kid, and then you use the leader ability to grab a life from your to grab a card from your life and then ramp another Don. So effectively you play it for 7 if you have the Captain Kid on the board. So that's the combo that makes that card really, really strong. Last card, 4 Gum Gum Giant. Card's insane. -2, you may trash 1 card from your hand if your leader has Straw Hat type character, type crew character, type up to 1 of your leaders or characters gain plus 4,000 during the power, then draw 2 cards. Insane, absolutely insane. You're getting 4K, and there's no prerequisite like Radical Beam or something along those lines. Like it's just a straight up Dawn -2. You really do gotta be careful where you're playing this card. Like you don't want to play it too early. But still, really, really strong card. So I don't know if I went over the leader ability, but for those who don't know, is active main once per turn. You may add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand. Then if you have 0 or 3 or more Dawn, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck instead of as active. So that's where I was referring to, where you can play this Luffy for effectively 7. Overall, like I said, I think this is a super solid list to start with. Bonclaves are still a little expensive just because it's from an older set. There probably are cards that you can replace that with. I still would run it because there's not really many cards that do exactly what that card does. And if you're going second, you know, you can get up to 6 Don really quickly just from using that and leader ability. So I think it's a really, really strong card, and but there are replacements for it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this deck list. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.